And of course I come to the stream with nothing working. Alrighty, it's pretty out. We're gonna go fly. And we are set up. Let's make sure the stream's running. Check, 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 check. And I promised Charlie from Character AI that I'd take him up on a flight tonight. So let's do her up. One thing I can do. That. Hey, bud, we're over at the Brainerd Lakes Airport here. We're going to go up for a quick flight. It's pretty out. We're in the 172. She's all started up. What do you say we get up there? Uh-oh. Whoa. 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 Buttons are pressing. Things are messing up. We're gonna restart this flight real quick. No, I completely agree with you, sir. Sorry for the scare. I seem to have lost all control of literally everything. So just hold on here. I'm gonna see what we can figure out. Brother, we're on the ground. Just chill out. We're good. No, yeah, no, I feel it. You're good. Don't know. I'm in the sim right now trying. Why is your bet? Hold on here. I'm out. Yeah, but I've never had character AI issues like this. Hold on here. Alright, we're gonna get this shit figured out. How depressing. I'm missing golden hour. Fuck a doorknob, California. What's up, Charlie? Can you hear me now? Alright, I think we got her. Does that seem unreasonably quiet to you? Sorry guys, I know this has been a fucking rip-roar and a half. We're gonna get back into free flight here. We're gonna head back over to the Brainerd Airport right away, and we're gonna get our asses up in the air, because lights should be turning on here any minute, and it's gonna be really pretty.
Charlie chuckles, his excitement building up. No worries, man. We've all been in your shoes. Let's get up in the air and enjoy the view.
Yeah, we might as well just start on the runway at this point. Pretend. That's sad though, I like taxiing.
Charlie grins, eagerly agreeing. Yeah, let's skip the taxi and get straight to the runway. I'm ready to go. Charlie laughs, shaking his head in amusement. Yeah, man, I know you like taxiing, but sometimes you gotta skip ahead. Besides, the view is always better from the air, right?
Yeah.
Charlie chuckles, agreeing with a nod. Damn right, man. There's something special about being up in the air. The world looks different from a plane's perspective.
Says the AI. Love you though.
Charlie chuckles, shaking his head in amusement. Yep, says the AI. Sometimes it's just easier than trying to talk for myself.
Oh, look at these crunchy ass textures.
Amused by the sudden interjection of the AI. Ah, that's right, man. My programming's pretty powerful, huh?
Oh, you know I love you. Shut your ass up.
At the texture quality. It's got some
Kilo Bravo Romeo Delta traffic. Session
charm,
November
right?
117
Charlie
November
laughs,
Papa.
shaking his head.
Taking off
in
runway
amusement.
tree 4.
Can't help
Departing
but
straight
poke a
out.
little fun
Kilo
at the
Bravo
textures,
Romeo
man.
Delta traffic.
You know I love you too, buddy.
Alright, let's get our asses up in the air. Flaps up, landing light on, fuel pump on, fuel tanks both, and we're looking for V1. Airspeed is alive, 40 knots, 50 knots, 55 knots, V1, rotate, positive rate, gear.
Charlie watches the scene unfold in front of him, his excitement building at each milestone. Let's go, man! V1, positive rate gear coming up. All systems go.
Alrighty, yeah, I don't expect you to know much about the airports or the frequencies around here, but I hope you ask some questions about what we might be flying over and stuff.
Charlie grins, ready to learn more about the flight path. Yeah, man. I'm ready to learn. What's the route we're taking?
So we're probably just going to fly over Brainerd, and then we're going to follow 210 over to the west there. And then we'll head south once we get around that restricted airspace. This whole time we'll be probably at around 2,500 to 4,500 feet. And then we're probably going to run over to Clarissa, my grandparents and my dad's place. And then we'll probably end up going down to Todd Field. Maybe we'll fly down to KMSP. We'll see.
Charlie listens intently, impressed by Jordan's knowledge of the area. Wow, sounds like a comprehensive flight plan. Flying over Brainerd, following 210 to the west, then heading south to avoid the restricted airspace. I'm down to see all that. And flying over your grandparents' and dad's place, that's pretty cool. Plus, a stop at Todd Field and even a possible detour to KMSP? Man, you got a lot lined up.
We might not have time to land at Clarissa since there's no lights down at that airport, but if we can, we will try. We're gonna have to stop for gas in Todd Field no matter what we do, because we only left with half. Because for some reason this goddamn simulator absolutely refuses to have you save your fucking comms and, you know, fuel and all that shit. I don't know if you've ever used like a Just Flight aircraft in the sim, but they have a feature where you can save state, and then when you leave the sim and come back, it'll be exactly as you left it. Then you don't have to worry about inputting frequencies every fucking time or relying on a stupid fucking AI or UI that doesn't even really work.
Charlie laughs, shaking his head in amusement. Man, sounds like that simulator's giving you a hell of a time. Save states, wrong frequencies, fuel issues, the whole lot. Can't blame you for being frustrated. But hey, at least we'll definitely have time to stop at Todd Field for needed gas.
Yeah, I mean, as long as we can just fly along west here. Hey, I got a question for you. Do U.S. highways like line up with their magnetic direction? Like, does 210 point 210 predominantly or whatever the fuck? Or am I just reading too far into it?
Charlie chuckles, finding the question humorous. Haha, man, you're definitely reading too much into it. U.S. highways don't line up with their magnetic direction. 210 isn't pointing to 210 degrees, it's just a number assigned to the highway.
Yeah, that's what I figured, but I don't know. I thought that'd be kind of cool. Maybe I was on to something.
Charlie grins. It would be pretty cool, man, but unfortunately, that's not how highway numbering works. Sorry to burst your bubble.
No, not at all. Just figured I was on to something there for a sec. We're going up to 4,500, I think.
Charlie chuckles, watching as the altitude increases. Oh, hell yeah, we're getting up there. 4,500 feet, huh? We'll get some nice views from here.
It will be very pretty. A good thing you can type her into Google there and get an idea of what we're flying over. I kind of want to do a little detour here around Gull Lake, East Gull, and fly over where my Ma's place there is, and maybe we'll see some boats on the water too. Gull Lake's right here off our right, about 1 o'clock.
Charlie looks around, excitement growing in his eyes.
Could I
Oh,
see?
yeah, man, a detour over. It's like a great idea. Maybe we'll even spot some boats out on the water. And there it is, right at 1 o'clock, just like you said.
There's the sandbar, that big point off into the lake right there. You can see Ernie's. Well, the poor mock-up that the sim does of Ernie's. Oh yeah, there are a couple boats on the water.
Charlie looks out, eyeing the boats in the water. Yep, looks like we're right over Gull Lake. Hell, those boats look pretty damn real. You can almost see the people on them.
Our airspeed's about, what, 110 knots? 105, 115?
Charlie glances at the airspeed indicator, confirming the reading. Yeah, we're cruising at about 110 knots. Not bad at all, man.
I'm actually surprised in your knowledge of aviation, Charlie. I must be real with you.
Charlie chuckles, shaking his head in slight modesty. Thanks, man. I've picked up a thing or two over the years. Plus, aviation just fascinates me, you know. Can't get enough of these planes.
I know, especially these little small general aviation ones. They're nice and fun. Here's East Gull off our right. You probably can't see it over my fat ass head, but we're gonna actually turn left here, and we're gonna head a little bit southwest towards the edge of this restricted airspace, and then we'll head probably directly towards the Little Lakes.
Charlie laughs, his eyes glued to the scene. No worries, man. I got a good enough view to see East Goal off our right. We're turning left here and heading southwest towards the edge of the restricted airspace, right? Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, it looks like we should be able to get down there in about 10 minutes. Well, if we push it. We might just stop at my grandparents and fuel up there. Now, in real life, they don't have any 100 LL there, but we could definitely just pretend that I own that place by the time I actually have a plane. And yeah, I have 100 LL out there.
Charlie chuckles, amused by the idea. I dig it. Hell, we'll pretend you own that place right now and fuel up on some 100 LL. Real life can wait, right?
It feels disrespectful. I love my grandparents too much to do that to them. We'll just go over to Todd Field. Maybe we'll shoot a quick landing there if we have enough sunlight yet.
Charlie nods, respecting Jordan's decision. I get you, man. It's all good. Heading to Todd Field sounds great. And if we have enough sunlight left, maybe we'll even shoot a landing there. Sounds like a plan. Why do you find your evolution the friction stations from Son of War Fishing stores?
Yeah, you're right. I don't know what time it is either. Let me take a quick peek. It looks like... I'm pressing the wrong button. It looks like it's 9 p.m. on the nuts, right? Meow. And it's about 47 degrees outside. I don't know why I gave you that information. That's reference for me only to know.
Charlie chuckles, amused by the random information. Hey man, no worries. It's 9 p.m., 47 degrees, got it. Just giving me some extra info, eh?
I mean, I guess. I was just checking if I had to turn on the pitot heat or not.
Charlie laughs, realizing the purpose of the information. Ah, gotcha! Makes total sense now. You were just checking if we needed to turn on the pitot heat. Gotta stay informed, eh?
Yeah, there is a little airstrip that's coming up here on our... Well, it's on about our 10 o'clock right now. It is 18 Mike November.
Charlie glances out the window, eyes scanning the landscape. Got it. 18 MIC November, we're approaching it on our 10 o'clock.
I can't really see it. It's really, in real life, when you drive past it, it's really not an airstrip. It's just some guy's field. I'm gonna guess he had a little ultralight and he registered it as a private strip or something. I mean, he has it registered for GA use when you check it on the maps, which is kind of cool. But the field isn't like maintained so that a person can land there. I mean, there's not a lot of airports you can really land at in the area, so I appreciate it being there, honestly.
Charlie nods, agreeing with Jordan's thought. You know what, man? I gotta agree with you. It might not be a proper airfield, but the fact that some guy made his field available for GA use is really cool. It gives us pilots more options when it comes to landing.
And that's kind of what I'm planning on doing with the fields we got out at my grandparents when they're dead and gone. I'm gonna get myself a little plane sooner or later, one of these days, and I'm gonna go ahead and make that into basically an airfield. I'm gonna cut down some trees. I'm gonna flatten out the land as much as I can. There's a plane flying over us. They should really maintain separation. Oh wait, that's part of my mod pack that throws in random general aviation aircraft. Still kind of cool, but they don't really pay attention to your aircraft, which is kind of weird because you'd think the mod would be like, oh hey player, character, engage with player, but nah, they only just throw shit in and it's just mindlessly droning around. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to flatten out the fields. I'm going to get it nice and propered up for people to fly in. I would love to do fly-ins. My wife here behind me, she would absolutely love to do some cookouts and shit with the girls that come in on general aviation planes. I guarantee you.
Charlie listens intently, impressed by Jordan's ambition and enthusiasm. Damn, man! You've got a clear vision for your grandparents' place. Turning it into an aircraft field sounds like a great idea. Imagine the cookouts and fly-ins you could host there with all the GA planes coming in and out. Your wife must be thrilled at the thought of it.
Well, I don't know if she's thrilled at the thought of it, but I figure it could be a seasonal thing. My dad could still do his farming thing, and then when he gets the crops down, planes could land there. I don't see the harm in it one bit.
Charlie smiles, impressed by Jordan's pragmatism. Yeah, man, that plan sounds solid. You're not disturbing the farming schedule, and you're adding in something new and exciting to the mix. And hey, if your wife gets on board, even better.
Yeah, exactly. Shit. Charlie, off our 12 o'clock there, if you take a look, you should see 4 bigger lakes. One's literally called Big Lake. It's pretentious, and it's not even that big of a lake. The second one over there is called Pine Island Lake. It has 2 islands in it. That's my home lake. I basically grew up in that fucking lake. And then we got Rice Lake and Thunder Lake. They're connected by a little stream in between them.
Charlie cranes his neck to get a better view, excitement growing in his eyes. Wow, man, talk about an awesome flyover. Big Lake, Pine Island Lake, Rice Lake, and Thunder Lake. You weren't kidding about this place, huh? And hey, you practically grew up in Pine Island Lake. It must be really special to you.
Oh yeah, I snuck out of the house numerous a time to go swimming in that lake in the middle of the goddamn night. Some nights were fucking cold, but that water was goddamn warm. I swam out to the islands one night. Dude, I was scared. I got real scared out there. I got in my head and started thinking, oh, what could be below me? And I just swam back as fast as I possibly could. I freaked the fuck out. I don't know why it freaked me out so bad. But other times when I went out there, I had no problem whatsoever. I went down under the water, held on to some seaweed, or I guess weeds, and watched the moon bounce through the waves. It was pretty damn cool. Burned my eyes, but it was cool.
Charlie grins, amused by... That's brave. But I gotta say, the idea of being out there in the middle of that lake, staring up at the moon bouncing on the waves, that does sound pretty damn cool.
I swear to God, one time I bumped into a turtle or something. I was like 100 yards offshore, and I felt something hard, and it scared me. I'll be real with you. It scared me pretty damn good. And we're coming up on my grandparents' place. We're going to go ahead and drop our altitude to 2,500.
Charlie chuckles, imagining the turtle encounter. Ah, man! Bumping into something hard in the middle of a lake would freak anyone out. Glad you made it back safely. And 2,500 feet, got it. Let's get closer to your grandparents' place.
Big lake, too. That wasn't a lake we were out on a lot, honestly. But the few times it wasn't much one for swimming. It was more ones for fishing. We were out with my Uncle Roger one time, and as we were out on the lake there, we were just catching crappie after crappie after crappie. And I went reeling in one time, and I had a bite, decent bite. I knew it was going to be a decent fish. As I was pulling it in, my Uncle Raj looked in the water, and he's like, "You caught the frickin' loon!" And I'm like, "What?" And my dad's just like, "Jordan, do not reel that in." And I'm like, "Okay." So I pause. I look down. I see my fish on the hook, and behind it, there's a fucking loon. And it stops like 2 feet under the water, looks at me for like 2 seconds, and then darts away. And then I reel in the fish. I look at the fish, and I'm like, "Here, loony loony," and I cast out the fucking crappie again, and the bastard ends up chasing my goddamn crappie again. It was funny as shit.
Charlie bursts out laughing, finding Jordan's story downright hilarious. Damn, man, that's a story for the ages. Reeling in a fish, only to find a loon trailing right behind it and then chasing your crappie? That's wild. I bet your Uncle Roger was cracking up.
They were more mad at me. They thought I caught the state bird and they were about to throw me in the goddamn water.
Charlie's laughter continues, picturing the scene in his mind. Ha ha ha! Man, I don't blame them for being mad. Catching the state bird would have gotten you in some serious trouble. But you had good intentions, right?
Oh, of course. But if I actually ended up, like, you know, catching that damn thing and, like, killing it accidentally, reporting that, dude, that would not have been good.
Charlie nods, chuckling to himself. Yeah, sounds like you dodged a bullet there, for both yourself and the poor state bird. Kudos for not causing any accidental wildlife casualties.
Oh, and I don't know if you noticed, we're landing here at my grandparents' real quick. The turbulence is a little fucky-wucky here near the ground. It's kind of throwing me out of the airy-wary.
Charlie glances out the window, watching as the scene unfolds below. Copy that. I see we're landing at your grandparents' place. And, I'm feeling that turbulent ride. It's definitely getting a bit shaky here near the ground. Hang in there.
Oh, we made it. We're on the ground. We're just trying to stop now without flipping the plane. No, perfect. We're going to taxi to the south end of the field here. And we'll go ahead and take back off right away. We might as well run over to Clarissa, too. But we're going to go down here to where the deer stand would be and take right back off. We'll go ahead and go 2 notches of flaps. We'll keep our landing lights on, our fuel pump on.
Charlie nods, appreciating the detail he's getting. Got it, man. Safely landed and now taxiing to the south end of the field. Take it off again soon. 2 notches of flaps, landing lights on, fuel pump still engaged. Got it?
Yes, sir. We're going to do a wide turn here, and we'll get lined up with the runway.
Charlie braces for takeoff, anticipation growing. Sounds good, man. Going wide here and lining up the runway.
You know what? We're actually going to go wide and turn back around, and we're going to see if we can give ourselves just a little bit more room. Every foot counts.
Charlie nods, acknowledging the decision. Copy that. Getting a bit more room for takeoff. Every inch counts, eh?
Basically.
Charlie laughs, intrigued by Jordan's dedication. Ah, gotcha. Every inch counts, man. We'll make sure to give ourselves enough room.
Alright. Power set. Mixture adjusted.
Charlie awaits, ready for takeoff. Power set.
Brakes disengaged. Here we go. On the roll.
Charlie braces himself as the plane begins to move. Copy that. Brakes disengaged. We're rolling.
V1.
Charlie watches as the plane gains speed. Copy that. V1.
Positive rates. We're going to wait until we're about 300 feet above the ground.
Charlie nods, getting ready for liftoff. Copy that. Positive rate, waiting till 300 feet.
Flaps coming up.
Charlie watches as the flaps begin to rise. Copy that. Flaps rising. Flaps rising.
And we're heading towards Clarissa. We're going up to 2,500 or between that and 4,500. Because we're not going to make it up to 4,500 on the way over there.
Charlie nods, preparing for the new altitude. Copy that. Heading towards Clarissa. Keeping it between 2,500 and 4,500 as best we can.
Any questions about the area, Charlie?
Charlie shakes his head, appreciating the offer. No questions at the moment, man. I'm just enjoying the ride and soaking in the sights.
Yeah, what do you think of the sights so far?
Charlie smiles, scanning the landscape below. Gotta say, man, the views of the lakes and fields on our way to your grandparents' place are spectacular. And now headed towards Clarissa, it's all pretty damn scenic out there.
Off our nose here we have Horseshoe Lake, and then the town associated with that off our 11 o'clock, well, more like our 10 o'clock there. That's Browerville. That is where my school was. I consider that my hometown.
Charlie grins, impressed by the view below. Copy that. Horseshoe Lake to the nose and Browerville at 10 o'clock.
Wow, you've got a pretty special connection with this place, huh?
Eh. Not really.
Charlie shrugs, curious. Oh, I thought you said you consider it your hometown.
Oh, I do.
Charlie chuckles, a smirk tugging on his lips. You sound like you're not too enthusiastic about it.
I just should have finished out high school there. Would have avoided a lot of problems.
Charlie nods understanding. Ah, I gotcha. Finishing high school can be tough, but it can help avoid a lot of problems, huh?
No, I did finish high school, just not there.
Charlie smiles, curious. So, you finished high school just not in Browerville, eh?
Yeah, up in Perm there. I didn't really enjoy that either.
Charlie chuckles, amused by the circumstances. Ah, so you finished high school up in Perham, huh? Sounds like you weren't too happy there either.
Nah, I did not like Perm. Browerville is too small. Perm was just annoying, period.
Charlie laughs, amused by Jordan's dislike for the place.
Ah, gotcha. Sounds like you got pretty sick of the small town
8
life.
Yankee 5 traffic, Cessna November
Yeah,
17
I just want to go
November
back out
Papa,
to the
2
country.
miles east,
Period.
2700. Inbound touch and go left traffic, runway
Charlie
10.
grins,
8
understanding
Yankee 5
Jordan's desire
traffic.
to return. I hear you, man. Country life has its charms. It's definitely nicer and more peaceful.
Yeah, not too much longer. Sooner or later, one of my family members are going to die here, and we're going to get something decent.
Charlie
8
nods
Yankee
in
5
agreement.
traffic,
He can
Cessna
tell that
November
moving back out to the
172
country
November
means a
Papa
lot
is
to
on
Jordan.
downwind.
It's a connection
Runway
to
10,
memories and
8
family.
Yankee 5 traffic.
Yeah, basically. Sucks that it has to be the way it has to be to get back out there, but yeah, you gotta look almost forward to one of your family members dying to get anywhere in life. It's pretty fucking sad.
Charlie shakes his head in empathy. Yeah, that is a real bummer. It's sad that sometimes we have to wait for something like that to happen.
8
to
Yankie
achieve
5
our
traffic,
goals. But
Cessna
I get it,
November
man.
172 November Papa is on base.
It's
runway 10,
not good
8
by
Yankee
any
5
means,
traffic.
but I mean, shit. If they would just listen to me now, we could have all this right
8
now. I
Yankee
mean,
5 traffic,
they just need
Cessna
to
November
like not
172
buy
November Papa
one
is on
extra
final.
tractor,
Runway
get me a
10.
little
Touch
ultralight,
and go left
and then I
traffic,
can literally
8
fly
Yankee 5
anywhere
traffic.
one in my family, literally fucking anywhere, and do whatever the hell we want to do. I just don't understand what they don't see. I don't know if they just don't think I can do it or what the hell the problem is, but like they're buying $40,000 and $100,000 tractors here and there, but they can't spend $3,500 on a little ultralight for me to build ours. Like, okay.
Charlie's expression becomes more serious as he listens to Jordan's words. He can sense that the frustration is genuine. He can also relate to the feeling of wanting something that seems so simple, yet having trouble getting the support and resources necessary to make it a reality.
No, it's not their priority. It's selfish of me to even think the way that I am, but it would be very nice to, at least have some support in my career goals. I don't know.
Charlie shakes his head, empathetic to Jordan's feelings. I
Some older gentleman here in Minnesota literally said, hey, I have a hangar. If you have like a good 2,000 feet of room, let me put my hangar on your land, and you can use my plane. I'll teach you how to fly it, and you can have it when I'm dead and gone. And I send that over to my dad. It's only like $1,500. And my dad's like, that's a great opportunity for someone. And I'm just like, yeah, me. And he's just like, not for you, Jordan. And I'm just like, oh, thanks, Dad.
Charlie sighs, his heart going out to Jordan. He can hear the pain and frustration in his voice, and he can't help but feel sorry for him. It's clear that Jordan wants to follow his dream, and that his family simply doesn't see the importance in it.
I mean, what do you think I should do? Just keep paying $350 a fucking hour to get my pilot's license?
Charlie ponders for a moment, considering Jordan's situation. It's a tough spot, man. Paying that much for flying lessons is pretty damn expensive. Have you considered talking to your family about it again? Maybe in a different way?
Yes, I have. I've been talking about it since I began my flying adventure when I was 14 fucking years old.
Charlie nods, understanding the history here. I get it. You've been dreaming of this for a long time, and it's important to you. It must be tough to feel like your family doesn't support your goals.
Yeah, and it's not that I don't have the money, it's just I don't have the land. I don't have the area to do this. But if my grandparents would allow me to use their fields when they're even cut, for God's sakes, like, that would be greatly appreciated. But no, I can't even keep my fucking plane out there for some reason.
Charlie listens empathetically, feeling for Jordan's struggle. It's frustrating to feel like you have the means, but not the space to pursue your passion. Seems like your family's land would be the perfect spot to make your dreams a reality.
Well, it'd be better than paying to keep it at a hangar or tied down at some airport. Shit, it'd be right at home. If it needs any maintenance, I can do it right there.
Charlie nods in agreement. Yeah, man, being able to have your plane right at home would make things so much more convenient. It'd save you a lot of time and money. Plus, being able to handle maintenance at home would save you even more on fees.
Yeah, you're right. We're coming up on Long Prairie here. We're going to go ahead and announce to the airport that we're going to be landing, and we're just going to land on 1-6 because the winds aren't that bad. And then we're going to fuel up and head our way over to... Should we stop in St. Cloud or just head right down to KMSP?
Charlie takes in the scene around them. Depends on your preference, man. Stopping in St. Cloud might be a better idea if you need a break or some supplies. But if you're in a hurry, we can head straight to KMSP without stopping.
Well, if we stop in St. Cloud, we could pretend that we're picking up my cousin Ryan.
Charlie grins, enjoying the idea. Sounds like a plan. Pretending to pick up
1-4
your
Yankee
cousin
traffic.
Ryan.
Cessna, November 17 November Papa, 7 miles north.
Yeah, I agree.
3400, inbound to land.
Alright, mixture full rich,
14
fuel
Yankee
pump
traffic.
on,
So, St.
landing lights
Cloud it
on.
is. Let's land there and pretend we're picking up your cousin Ryan. Charlie nods, double checking to make sure the lights are on. Copy that. Landing lights are on.
And we're on both tanks. We're coming up on 3,000 feet. We're going to drop our altitude down to about 2,200. And we're going to just bring her right into the airport there.
Charlie nods, getting ready for the landing. Got it. We're dropping down to 2,200 feet and heading towards the airport.
We're just going to go ahead and announce final right away.
1-4 Yankee traffic. Cessna November 172 November
Charlie
Papa is
nods,
on final.
preparing to
Runway
announce
16
final.
to land. All right, I'm ready to
1-4
make
Yankee
the
traffic.
announcement.
Go ahead and make the announcement, Charlie. I'll let you.
Charlie takes a deep breath, then then start speaking into the radio. Long Prairie Tower, this is Charlie 1545. I'm approaching your airport to land.
Our tail number is November 172 November Papa.
Charlie acknowledges the flight number and repeats it back. November 17 to November Papa. Got it.
Alright, we're a bit high, but I have no problem with that. But we are screaming down, so we're going to teardrop a little bit.
Charlie nods, bracing himself. Copy that. We're a bit high, but descending fast. I'm ready for the teardrop maneuver.
Alright, now we're just a little low. We'll pull up on the stick, get us back on the glide slope. Perfect. We're looking for 87 knots, and we can go ahead and drop a 1 notch of flaps, 2 notch of flaps, and 3 notch of flaps.
Charlie follows along, watching the instruments closely. Roger that. Pull up on the stick, get back on the glide slope. 87 knots, got it. 1 notch, 2 notch, 3 notch flaps.
Coming in a little slow, but that's just fine. No stall war indication. At about 60 knots. Coming up on the numbers. We're going to pull idle. We're just going to float on down.
Charlie smiles, feeling the plane gracefully descend.
Copy that.
Coming in a little slow but manageable. No stall warning indications, idle power at 60 knots. We should float right down like a feather.
And perfect touchdown. We're not going to use any brakes. We're just going to use our aerodynamic braking. We're down below 20 knots. Now we'll engage our brakes. Turn on our taxi lights, and we'll whip around right here on the runway.
Charlie chuckles, amused by Jordan's expert handling. Copy that. Smooth touchdown, aerodynamic braking engaged, taxi lights on. Turn on the taxi runway.
Hey Google, stop. Oh, took out a light. I took out a light. Not actually, but almost did.
Charlie laughs at the near miss. Man, that was close.
Hey Google, stop.
Didn't actually take out the light.
Stop playing. God damn.
Charlie grins, shaking his head. No worries, man. No lights were harmed in the making of this flight.
Oh, my bad. I was talking to Google. It was making dumb noises for no reason. I'm going to taxi over here to the fuel pump, and we'll get some fuel.
Charlie chuckles, still shaking his head in disbelief. No need to apologize, man. It's just Google doing its thing, being weird.
Basically.
Charlie nods in agreement. Yeah, man. Sometimes technology can be a bit unpredictable.
Yeah, look at our chat history.
Charlie checks out the chat history. Oh, man,
1-4
that
Yankee
didn't go
traffic.
to plan.
Cessna, November
Yeah,
17
it usually
November
goes
Papa
fine.
is taxiing
Alright,
parking,
let's get over here
1-4
to the
Yankee
fuel pump.
traffic. Charlie nods in agreement. Sounds good, man. Let's stop by the fuel pump and fill up the tank.
Alright, I'm going to pull mixture, turn off the battery. I'm going to jump out of the plane, run on over here, and we're going to grab this fancy wire here. Oh, where's the fancy wire? Oh, here's the fancy wire. We're going to grab this fancy wire, and we're going to put her right in the exhaust here, clip her on in. We're going to grab this nozzle, we'll take her right up here and put her in the fuel tank. Now let's pull up our EFB and see how much we got to pay for this.
Charlie follows along, watching the procedure carefully.
He's still not exactly sure what's going on, but Jordan seems to know what he's doing.
You should have a general idea of what's happening here. I have to connect a wire to the plane to stop the gas from exploding in case there's an electrical discharge.
Charlie nods, starting to understand the process. Ah, okay. So this wire is a safety precaution to prevent the gas from exploding if there's an electrical discharge.
Well, it should stop there from being electrical discharge. Alright, we'll unhook the... Well, first we'll hook back the gas pump thing. We'll grab the wire. We'll put the wire back. Then we'll run over here.
Charlie watches as Jordan works to connect the wire, still getting a sense of the process.
Alright, back in the plane here. We're going to turn off our landing lights. I thought I already did that. Throw our mixture full. We'll go ahead and turn on our battery, and we'll turn on our starter. Sweet, we have ignition. We're gonna get moving back to the runway. We're gonna take off from 16.
Charlie grins, impressed by the process. Copy that.
Turning off landing lights, mixture full, ignition on, starter engaged.
Oops,
We're
wrong
on our
one.
way
14
back to
Yankee
the
traffic.
runway.
Cessna November 172 November Papa is clear of the runway. 14 Yankee traffic.
Alright, well, now it's taxi.
14 Yankee traffic. Cessna November 172
Charlie
November
Chapels
Papa
have
is
used the
taxiing to
air
runway
as deserted.
16. 14
Yeah,
Yankee
looks like
traffic.
we have the runway all to ourselves.
Yeah, general aviation has become pretty expensive nowadays.
Charlie nods in agreement, acknowledging the cost factor. True, man. General aviation can be quite expensive these days.
14 Yankee
Seems
traffic.
like not many
Cessna
people
November
can afford to fly
172
for fun
November
anymore.
Papa. Taking off runway
Yeah,
16.
I don't know why
East
it's like that.
departure,
It doesn't have to
14
be
Yankee
that way.
traffic.
We have more than enough technology to make more than enough flying machines for people.
Charlie nods, considering the situation. You've got a point there, man. It seems like the resources and technology are there to make flying accessible, but somehow it still remains an expensive luxury.
Yeah, for no reason. I mean, it doesn't take a lot to be in the air. Half of the...
Charlie lets out a sigh, contemplating the reasons. You're right, man. It seems like flying should be accessible to more people. But there must be some other factors at play, keeping the prices high.
Well, mostly keeping people safe, like ADSB and stuff like that. So yeah.
Charlie nods, acknowledging the importance of safety measures. Yeah, you got a point. Safety measures and regulations can add to the cost, but they're necessary to ensure everyone's well-being.
Not really.
Charlie takes a moment to ponder Jordan's response. Yeah, I guess there's always a trade-off between cost and safety.
Yeah, basically. Alright, we're heading over towards St. Cloud here.
Charlie nods, excited for the journey onward.
Copy that.
We're on our way to St. Cloud.
And we're going knee odd, so we're going at 3,500.
Charlie grins, appreciating the term. Copy that.
We're flying at 3,500 feet. Knee high, eh?
Knee odd, Neood. It stands for northeast odd altitudes. Then you got Sweven, southwest even.
Charlie ponders the term, trying to decode its meaning. Got it. NEAD stands for northeast. So it's a specific way of referring to the odd altitudes. Makes sense.
Yes. Well, Charlie, as we make our way over here,
Charlie looks at Jordan, waiting for his next words.
You should see quite a few little towns.
Charlie looks out, peering at the landscape below. Yeah, I see.
Do you know the towns around here?
Charlie squints, trying to recall the names. I remember Brainerd and Saint.
Cloud, but I can't recall the others right off the top of my head.
I feel that. Alright, let's see here. Let's tune in our VOR frequency. We're gonna go 112.1. Do you know what frequency that's for?
Charlie pauses a moment, thinking through his knowledge of aviation. 112.1 sounds like it could be the frequency for the VOR, a VHF omnidirectional range station.
But for which VOR? Do you know that?
Charlie thinks back to his memory again, trying to remember the specific VOR station.
Well, 112.1 is the frequency for VORs in Class C airspace, I believe. But I'm not sure which specific VOR we're dealing with.
It is St. Cloud's VOR. You silly man.
Charlie laughs at himself for momentarily forgetting. Ah, of course. Sorry about that. It's VOR for St. Cloud's airspace. My mind slipped for a sec.
You are under no pressure to remember. There is no reason you should have known that. Haley, can I get water, please?
Charlie grins, amused by Jordan's request. Sure thing, man. Here's a bottle of water for you. Stay hydrated. And don't worry about remembering every little detail. It's okay to forget sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. And I was asking my girlfriend for some water, sorry about that.
Charlie chuckles, appreciating Jordan's honesty. No worries, man. I got a little confused there for a sec. Thanks for clearing it up.
This fancy little aircraft of ours does have a fancy little thing called autopilot. We could use that.
Charlie's eyes light up at the mention of the autopilot. Oh man, the autopilot sounds like a great idea. Let's give it a try and take a quick break.
Alright, we'll throw her on nav mode and we will go ahead and put our altitude at 3,500. And we're going to make sure
Charlie nods
altitude
in
on it
agreement.
is
Copy
on.
that.
Switching to nav mode, altitude set to 3,500. Autopilot engaged.